What's going on, guys? Emmanuel Jones here back at with another NFL record prediction. And this time I'll be giving you my NFL record predictions for the LA Chargers in 2021, giving you my thoughts and my game by game analysis, which I think the games that I think the Chargers will win and the games that I think the Chargers will lose. So before I give you my NFL record predictions for the LA Chargers in 2021, make sure you do put the thumbs up to like the video, subscribe to my channel for more options, and don't forget to comment down your opinion below on what you think your NFL record prediction for the Chargers is. Do you think the Chargers are going to make the playoffs this year as a wild card team, or you think that they're going to miss the playoffs again? So let me know what you think in the comment section below. So anyways, let's get started. So week 1, the LA Chargers kick it off with the Washington football team. Now this is an East Coast trip though, which that's kind of like going across the country though. Now, this game right here can go either way. Now, it could go either way, though, because, the Chargers kind of match up well with Washington. And, the Chargers are really good at beating NFC West teams. But, because I know they play the Cowboys in week 2. But I think this game right here can go either way, and the other game can go either way. But I'm probably going to say they're going to have to at least win one of the Washington or Cowboys games. Or maybe they can lose to one of them. I'm not going to say they're going to beat both of them and lose to both of them, because I don't think they're going to at least lose to both of them because of Justin Herbert. He's that good. But I want to go with the Chargers, though, because they're a talented team. I mean, they could beat Washington because I'm not a big fan of Ryan Fitzmagic, and Herbert's a better quarterback than Ryan Fitzpatrick, to be honest with. But you know what? I'm going to go with the football team because I believe the football team can match up well with the Chargers. Because I think Washington has a really great defensive line and they have a really good secondary. Because I think they got William Jackson, who's a really good shutdown corner who can cover Keenan Allen. But they do have the pass rush, which I think they'll find a way to slow down Herbert in their Chargers running game with Austin Eckler. But I think that should be a challenging game, though. And I believe, because I don't really think the Chargers really have much of a defense, to stop Washington's offense. Because I believe Washington did upgrade their receiving core, to move the ball against the Chargers defense. Because the Chargers defense is not really great stopping the pass and stopping the run. So, yeah, that's going to be a challenging game. So that's why I think Washington will win. But I think it will be close, though, because Herbert will try to keep pace. Next game, they have to play week 2 versus the Cowboys. Now, the Cowboys game can rarely go either way, though, because, sometimes the Chargers are really not good at home, but the Cowboys have a really good offensive line and defensive line, though. But the weakness is their secondary. But you know what? On paper, I think the Cowboys do match up well with the Chargers, but I could see the Cowboys winning this game. But you know what? Since they're traveling to LA in September, I mean, I'm gonna go with the Chargers here because LA's a tough place to play at, and I just don't know why. I mean, I just feel like they will though, because I think the Chargers, what I think they could do, they can really. I mean, I think Justin Herbert is gonna find a way to break apart that Cowboys young secondary, which is not really good. Because I don't think they'll have an answer for Keenan Allen or Mike Williams or Jared Cook. Because I think this game is probably going to be an offensive game because both these two teams are not very good at stopping the run. So that's a challenge in this game. But I think it will be close, but I think the Chargers find a way to win a shootout type game. On next game, week 3, they got to play versus the Chiefs. I actually got them splitting with the Chiefs this year. I think you will this year. So I'm going to say they lose the first game to the Chiefs because the Chiefs, and then they win the second game versus the Chiefs because we already know they beat the Chiefs last year once. That's when Patrick Mahomes wasn't playing. But I feel like that the Chargers will win the second game on Thursday night because they're at home And reason why they're gonna lose the second game to the Chiefs because Arrowhead's a hard place to play at. That's why. And Chiefs got the better quarterback and better coach. That's why. Now they have to play the Raiders on Monday Night Football. I think the Chargers will split with the Raiders again this year. So I'm going to say they win the first game versus the Raiders and then they lose the second game versus the Raiders. I mean, the reason why I have the Chargers beating the Raiders the first game because I just think the Chargers are the better team. And I just think Herbert's a better quarterback than Derek Carr. I mean, I just don't think the Raiders are really good this year because I believe the Raiders did. Their defense is not as great as, the offense is okay, but so yeah, that's why I think the Chargers will win. And the reason why I had them losing to the Raiders in the last game because the Raiders, they always split with the Chargers though. Like they always play the Chargers hard. I mean, I just don't know why. I mean, can I really change that? Maybe, I don't know. I mean, I just feel like the Raiders are gonna beat you guys once because they always play you guys hard. I mean, that's pretty much why. Okay, next game they have to play versus the Browns. Now this game can go either way though, because this could be a winnable game for the Chargers though, because the Chargers can really match up well with the Browns. But you know what? Even though it's in LA, I'm gonna go with the Browns here because I think the Browns are the better team. So yeah, and they have better coaching. They have the better coach. So yeah. And I believe that the Browns offense will have a big game versus your defense. And I just think their defense is going to at least give Herbert some fits. And I believe they upgraded the corners to cover the Chargers receivers. So I think this game will be super close, but LA can barely pull off an upset. But I just think the Browns find a way to win this game in a shootout, high-scoring game. Next game, they have to play versus the Ravens. Obviously, this is another interesting game that can go either way, but I think this game will be super close. Now, the Chargers can really pull this one off, but I'm going to go with the Ravens here because I just think the Ravens are the better team, and overall, they have the better quarterback and better coach, and they're at home. And I just think that the Ravens secondary can find a way to cover the Chargers receivers. Their pass rush can find a way to slow down the Chargers offense and all that. But I think it will be close in a high-scoring game, but I think the Ravens find a way to win. Now, next game, okay, actually, I think Lamar will have a big game versus that Charger defense, so yeah. So, actually, they have a bye week 7. Then after the bye week, they got to play the New England Patriots. Now, I know the Patriots always beat the Chargers a lot of times, but I know last year we remember this game when, the Patriots really blew out the Chargers because Justin Herbert didn't have a good game. But you know what? I can see the Patriots winning, but the quarterback position could be the weakness, which I don't know who's going to be playing right. It's going to be Mac Jones or Cam Newton. Because if it's a rookie on the road, I would go with the Chargers though, but I think the Chargers do get their revenge on the Patriots because I believe that the Chargers, I just really believe that the Chargers, are at home, and I think Justin Herbert's the better quarterback in this game. So they do have the quarterback advantage in this game. So, yeah. But the thing is, I don't really know if the Chargers have much of a pass rush to slow down the Patriots' offense, which I don't really think they do, but I think their secondary is good because I think they can find a way to cover the Patriots' receivers and all that. So, yeah. But I think it will be super close in a high-scoring game. But I think that the Chargers are going to win. All right, now next game, they have to play versus the Eagles. I got the Chargers beating the Eagles because I just believe the Chargers are the better team, and I think they have the better coach in this game, and I think they have the better and I believe they have the better quarterback. To be honest with me, Justin Herbert is a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts. To be honest with me, so yeah, so that's no question that's why I think the Chargers are going to find a way to win. All right, next game, they have to play versus the Vikings. Now, this is an interesting game, though. Now, that can go either way, though, because the Vikings, have a great defense, and the Chargers do too. But you know what? I feel like this game can go either way though, because I kind of feel like that the Chargers can match up well with the Vikings good, but you know what? I feel like this game will be super close. The Chargers can barely pull this one off since Minnesota's coming to LA. But I'm gonna go with the Vikings here because I just think the Vikings have the better defense, and I just feel like they're gonna find a way to slow down the Chargers offense. And I think that the Vikings, I believe they upgraded the corners to cover the Chargers receivers like Keenan Allen and Mike Williams. Yeah. So I just think that the Vikings, because I think the Chargers' weakness could be their defensive line. So I think Dalvin Cook will have a big game that day. So yeah. And I believe the Vikings have the better coach. They have the better quarterback. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much why I think the Vikings will win. All right, next game. They have to play Week 11. They have to play versus Steelers. Now, this is Pittsburgh. This is a Sunday night game. Now, Pittsburgh's coming to town. I think we did remember this game from 2019 is when, the Steelers really blew out the Chargers because of that Steeler defense really got after Phillip Rivers. And I think we remember this game from 2018 is when the Chargers went on the road to Pittsburgh and won that game. But you know what? Since this game's in LA, I'm going to go with the Chargers because I just think that the Chargers, are the better team. And also, I just think Herbert's a better quarterback than Big Ben. I mean, I just think the Steelers are going to regress this year because, their defense has some losses. Their offensive line is very weak. So I feel like Joey Bosa and Kenneth Murray, I think he's going to find a way to eat up that Steelers offensive line. So, yeah. And I believe they do have the corners to cover the Chargers, the Steelers receivers. So, yeah. But you know what? I think the Chargers do have the better old line in this game. So I think that Justin Herbert will have a big game this game. And I think that Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, they're going to have a big game too. So I think the Chargers offense will have a big game as well. And Justin Herbert, he's going to find a way to pick apart that Steelers secondary, which I don't think is as good as it used to be. But I wouldn't be shocked if they kept this game close. And I wouldn't be surprised if it was a blowout. But I think Pittsburgh will try to keep pace. But I just think the Chargers are going to win this game by a couple points. So, yeah. All right, next game. They have to play versus the Broncos Week 12. After you have the Broncos playing with the Chargers this year, I'm going to say they lose the first game versus the Chargers, and then they win the second game versus the Chargers. Now, look here. Now, if they get Deshaun Watson or Aaron Rodgers, I have them splitting with you guys. But, I feel like the Broncos are very talented on both sides of the ball. And, yeah, but the weakness is the quarterback position. But the Chargers, I feel like they're just a better team for right now. And I believe they have the better quarterback in this game. I mean, they're at home, so, yeah. That's why I think the Chargers are gonna beat the Broncos once. Now, that can totally change my mind if the Broncos come in second. Now, Week 13, they got to play versus the Bengals. Now, it's going to be two rookie quarterbacks playing against each other. But I know that the game wasn't last year. But you know what? I have the Chargers beating the Bengals because I just think the Chargers are just the better team. They have the better quarterback and the better coach. And I just think that, they have the better old line in this game. So, yeah. So, I feel like that, the Chargers offense will have a big game. So, yeah, there's no question in that. That's pretty much why I think the Chargers are going to win. All right, next game, Week 14, they got to play versus the Giants. Now, this is a very interesting game, though, because the Giants' offense, they upgraded their receiving core. They upgraded at their defense. They upgraded the secondary. So, yeah, I think this game will be close. But I got the Chargers winning because I think the Chargers are the better team. And they have the better quarterback in this game. And I just think they have the better coach. And they're at home. So, yeah. And I think they have the better O-line. So, yeah. And I think they have the better defense. So, I feel like Joey Bosa will find a way to, eat up that Giants offensive line, which is not great. And I believe they do have the corners to cover the Giants receivers. So, yeah. That's why I think the Chargers will win. Next game, they have to play versus the Texans. I got them beating the Texans because I believe that Deshaun Watson's not going to play this year. So they're going to be one of the worst teams in the league without their superstar quarterback. I mean, yeah. So the Chargers, they have the quarterback advantage. They have the better coach in this game, and I believe they're the better team. So yeah, I mean, no question in that. So Chargers easy win right here. So at this point, I have the Chargers at 10-7. I mean, I can see them winning 11 or 12 games this year because I can see them being as good as at 12-5, and maybe they can be as bad as maybe 8-9. Because when you look at the teams, their schedule is pretty tough because they have to play the football team, they play the Cowboys, they play the Chiefs twice, the Raiders twice, they play the Browns, they play the Ravens, they play the Patriots, they play the Vikings, and they play the Steelers, the Broncos twice, they play the Giants. I mean, man, when you look at the schedule, it's kind of tough. I mean, with 3-3 in the division, 7-5 in the conference, 7-2 at home, 3-5 away. I mean, that's just pretty good as you think. Now, I believe that the Chargers are going to be back in the playoffs once again, and I think this is a year for Justin Herbert, which I believe that this is a breakout year for him. So, yeah. But you know what? I feel like that the Chargers will be back in the playoffs once again. But you know what? I don't really have them winning division right now. I still have the Chiefs winning division just for right now. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Chargers won the division because I believe that Justin Herbert is a baller, and this can be an MVP year for him. So, yeah, and I believe that the defense could take a slight dip, but the offense, it's going to get a lot better. I mean, they're going to get better on the offensive line. So, yeah, that's how I see it as the Chargers. So, yeah. But just let me know in the comment section below about how you feel about the Chargers. Do you think I'm right? Do you think I'm wrong? I mean, just let me know in the comments below what you think about the Chargers. Well, this is Emmanuel Jones from The Big Fan. I'll talk to you guys later. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace.